Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Laurel Park. Naomi Tucker, Keith Fustel, right next to me. Another big day of racing coming your way. How are you doing today?
Doing well, doing well. Another good day of racing. Competitive fields, got to love it. Some big prices again yesterday. Early pick five, late pick five. If you're not playing along, you're missing out on some big payouts. That late pick five yesterday, it's 12,000, extremely havable. I think it was one ticket. All those horses made sense. That was just kind of crazy how that, had a little aberration there, that thing that paid that kind of money. But, you got to step in and join it.
Absolutely. Plenty of opportunities to be found to make some money here at Laurel Park. We do have some stakes action coming your way next week. Thanksgiving weekend stakes. We have 3 stakes races on the Saturday, 2 on the Friday as well. So much to look ahead to. I keep saying it. There's so much stakes action throughout the winter. Of course, we also have a pie giveaway. And now we're just going to keep telling everyone to come along. And I did get some really good sort of insider info that these are incredibly tasty and well-made pies and very much worth your time.
Sometimes you get bad tips at the racetrack. A lot of times you get bad tips at the racetrack, but usually a tip on Thanksgiving Day, the pie, the donuts, the coffee, and everything like that, they come through for you. So that's good. Yeah, we're looking forward to Thanksgiving Day. And as you said, next week, bunch of steaks, good quality racing action. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, and actually have stakes coming up later as well in December, 4th of December. We have Maryland Spectacular Day, which is 2 juvenile stakes, $200,000 in purses. We have a holiday giving tree, give a gift and get a gift. So if you are in the festive mood, come and share the spirits here at Laurel Park. 11 a.m. the gates open, 12:25 p.m. post. Really getting into that Christmas mood.
Yeah.
I did already see the trees out around the track. So for me, I'm Dutch, and on the 5th of December, we actually have a different holiday. So for me, it's kind of early with the Christmas trees, but I love the kind of joy and spirit that it brings and how it provides a little bit of light when the days are getting darker.
Exactly. Gets everybody in the right kind of mood, right frame of mind. We've got a lot of bad going on around in this one. We need some good. It's not hard to be nice to people. That's what I tell. It's just, man, it's the way society is today. I'm glad we got racing. This is what we like. I kind of stay in my own little world with this. This is some sports, and keep it simple. I don't want any of the political stuff. Let's gamble. Let's drink a little bit. Let's gamble a little bit. Let's have some fun. That's what it's about.
That seems like a great combination. Of course, courtesy to all the horsemen and women and everyone here at the Maryland Jockey Club making that possible. Let's have a look at the track conditions. Keith, what is your judgment here for today? We have a fast main track, a good turf, chillier temperatures, but look how green that grass looks.
I tell you, it's held up quite well. They were kind of scraping that inner part away today on the main track. We'll see. Always we've talked about it, a little bit of a speed lean if you can. Had a couple days ago, right? Was it Thursday? A little high and wide early on in the card. That
Closing
was kind
down the center of the track,
and then it kind of changed up a little bit. So I don't know what to make of that. Might have just been the way the races developed. We'll go back and look. But today, turf played out well yesterday. I thought, good condition, absolutely was fair. It wasn't like a slew of divots or anything. So guys have done a great job with that. The work that they've done, it's paying off. And a fast main track again today. Yeah, but turf still looks good. Yeah,
it does indeed. Very glad to have our races on the turf again today. May the weather hold up and allow us to continue on the grasses on this beautiful lawn that we have here at Laurel Park. First race of the day starts the early pick 4. It's a maiden claimer, 10,000 to 8,000, mile and 16 the distance for 3, 4, and 5-year-olds. Both you and I, Keith, looked towards the number 8 in this spot. Rebel Victory for Courtney Young, Bryson Butterfly. He showed progression on his second live start, went to the front, which was a form reversal in terms of his style. The style he showed on debut was he wasn't able to get away as quickly, wasn't part of it. I think he's going to try and test them again here with his speed.
Let's hope. I agree with you wholeheartedly. You're looking at a race with horses that have lots of chances, and they're not getting it done. Nobody really wants to sustain a run. So let's take a shot with the speed. Rebel Victory showed it last time on the debut. You see the short time a little unhurried, maybe settled, get a little education in debut. But systems went last time, held very well with the pressure, good internals. Bryson Butterfly, get this guy on the lead, get the rail, and let's see how far you can go. I think you're going to be an okay price. Nobody should be a real short price in this opener.
And how about leave him low, the number 4 for trainer Del Capuano. Blinkers off, and we know you like your statistics. I know you've seen how sharp the Capuano barn is with that kind of equipment change.
Yeah, absolutely, and this horse ran well. Wide every step and move into a pretty good pace. I think this horse, and even tip your hat to that, should be able to draft in towards that inside and save some ground, which will help their late push towards the wire. Yeah, 8-4, 10-2 for me. The 2's interesting just because it's a turf to dirt angle, which has worked for this barn. It's a drop, but this is first time this horse on the dirt is running as a gelding, which might bring some improvement there. So a little bit of a wide open, the opener. Super Dini's just doesn't have much speed. Call it wide, makes a run. Maybe he's the best sustaining run in here, but I'm gonna key around the speed of the 8. You beat me. So let's see what happens.
I'm with you in that spot as well. Race number 2, claiming 10,000 to 8,000, mile and 16 on the main track, the distance as well, but better known as the race that starts the early pick 4. And Keith, you have a ticket for us again today. How do you see it?
Yeah, $18 ticket. I didn't want to invest a ton here. I just thought, you could have gone a lot deeper. Thought in the 5th. If you're going to spread, that's the race. I'll give you a couple long shots I like in there as well. Let's go 2-3-7 to get you started. Race 3, 2 deep with the 1 and the 3. Everybody going to have happy birthday Corey in there for Brittany Russell, I'm sure. Number 4, race number 4, the 1 and the 6. Stronger than Dex. We have a video on him. In the 5th, 2-3-8. Now, if you're going to add a little bit in there, don't be scared to add the 6. I'm not in love with the 6. The 7 is a bomb, Irish Town. You got Corrales at $1,000,000. We've seen that movie before.
How many to 1, Keith?
I think you throw the 11 in as a price there. I've got the 8 in as a price. Tappahannock. I think that's a sneaky long shot. But I think that's the race. If you're going to have a blow up, because they're going to be going quick early, it might set it up for a horse from the clouds.
Yeah, we'll definitely discuss race number 5 when we get to it, and give us your price, please, because we do like the move when you mentioned with Jose Corrales. Yep, we've seen that before. He can definitely land one at a big price. Race number 2, we start with the number 3, who both you and I have some interest here. Excalibur for trainer Kieran McGee makes his first start at Laurel Pod, made his local debut at Charlestown last time out. Had raced mainly at Gulfstream Park, but looks to be back on that upward cycle here, and second start with the new barn as well.
This was an odd race to line. I struggle with it. This horse could be the favorite, going back and really looking at things. But, again, you can't take a short price in race number 2. But Excalibur, second time for Kieran, ran okay at Charlestown. That third-place horse, Race Day Warrior, has run okay here. Ran a couple races at Pimlico. Kind of this condition, ran all right, and ran third last night. I like the fact 2 races back at Gulfstream was able to close on that racetrack after early adversity. So, yeah, Excalibur, I don't know if he's quite as quick as Alpha Q early. That'll be the target, but I think he'll set up shop stalking in here.
Yeah, I used number 2, should have had it in my exact, and I see you've got him in third as well. Has been capable of closing quite well, notably 2 and 3 back when running second. First off the claim for trainer Ferris Allen. Bit of a duller finish by his standards, so I'm looking for a bit of a form reversal.
Exactly. I think he's all right. Lost My Voucher's a key, horse Ferris Allen's had and won with, right? So he kind of knows what it's going to take at this level to win. Lost My Voucher, won for the nickel, and that was a race Excalibur was a vet scratch out of for the nickel. Might have been a tougher race than this one when you really kind of shake it all down. But I'll use the 2. Absolutely sits a trip in the 7, Prince of Caps. Had to chase wide on a day where speed was just golden, so I figure his run from just off of it will be a little bit better today.
And takes a small step in class, down in the class as well. Race number 3, 2-year-old fillies going 7 furlongs here, claiming a 25 to 20,000. Both you and I landed on happy birthday, Corey.
Yeah.
And that is a video spotlight that will show you here. She's had 1 start today. You can see her by the, she actually had a slight bump at the start, dropped back to last on the rail, but you can see she's already made up a significant amount of ground here. Sort of like slowly grinding her way forward. Did save ground all the way, and I loved what she showed once she tipped out in the stretch.
Yeah, I mean, just got a dream trip, right, along the inside around the turn and moved comfortably. Not a blazing move, but a comfortable move. And when the jock says go, let's go. And she just eagerly widens. We got the short comment of handily. We don't dole that out a lot. Okay, you've got to have plenty left in the tank. And it looks like she does. A little wide up front, a little funky action. Maybe that's why the 16. But see what she's got. They're going to go back. Somebody's going to probably take her for 25, I would think, today. Yeah. She'll be tough right back here for Brittany Russell.
Now, you use Moody Woman in your exact. I didn't get to this 2-year-old. Did make a good run late in her last outing. She was claimed that day. Now goes first of the claim for Marilyn McMullen. Good run, of course. Georgie Ruiz has been on absolute fire.
Yeah, and this horse was wide around the turn. Well, at the 3/8, dropped inside, and I thought made a pretty good run. Switched over to her correctly late. Yeah, this is a barn that doesn't claim a lot, so there's something must have really caught their eye with Moody Woman. I think she brings an okay finish. They were going fast in there. Don't think they're going to go that fast today. I like her staying power. Looking at the bottom side, I think she's okay going a little bit further.
I like a little pickup there. I feel like she's one of the less obvious choices in this spot. I think most of us might look, for example, to the number 6. I'm getting there, who I use for trainer Hamilton Smith, as well as the 5, still doing time. First fight, the claim for the Bruno Tessori, who's at 29% wins with this angle, has a lot of early ability. I think after a slight break, she had a slight freshener. She's going to use that speed.
She was on my ticket, off my ticket, on. Now she's off, but will be used underneath. And the exact is, this is a barn that wins off the claim at a high clip, year in and year out. They don't run a ton of horses. Speed could definitely be a major player in here. She's quick. She wants to go and clear. She probably can against this group.
Yeah, see how far she can take them. Race number 4, claiming 40,000 to 32,000, 5.5 furlongs sprinting distance in here. Look, both you and I are siding with Stronger Than Dex. Of course, race number 4 is also the start of the Pick 6, and we do have our analyst, Callie Francois, creating a ticket for us today. No singles. She starts out here 3 deep, 3, 5, and 6 in this claiming 40 level. I know that both you and I, Keith, are well aboard with Stronger Than Dex, the number 6. Race number 5, she goes a little bit tighter using the 2 and the 11 in this spot. Pascal Shand looking to get a win back on board here. And Championship Alley, who's normally, actually has been gradually posting better figures as well. So I like that selection. 8 and 13 in race number 6 at maiden 25. Race 7, she goes 3 deep using the 5, the 8, and the 9. That 2 other than race. And then race 8, she goes 3 deep again. 2, 3, and 13. We're back on the turf there. 1 mile the distance. And then the final race on the card today is the maiden 25, 6.5 furlong. This is 2, 3, and 8 for her. See if we are still alive there. But I like sort of the spread on this ticket. $64.80 here for Callie Francois, starting in race number 4. Now let's talk about the number 6, Stronger Than Dex, in here for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. First, after being claimed, let's have a look at the last race where he did get claimed out of here. He was away well, but he was kind of patiently ridden before the X-Men started asking him to move forward, trying to kind of inhale the leader that was, starting to try and put a bit of distance between himself and the field. And it takes him a while, right? It looks like he's going to come up, but it actually takes him a while. And I did think it was a very, very strong move, especially in that final furlong.
Agreed. I like horses that can get position in a big, big field and keep going. And this is what Stronger Than Dex had to do in this big field and just kept grinding it out. Big effort here. Ran well in debut into a very quick pace before a little bit of fade. You claim it off of Jerry Robb. That's, gutsy. Okay,
right.
Rob's a good barn. It's like Claudio is doing it. So maybe if anybody, Claudio can get this horse to maintain form and go. Last 2 years on the dirt, there's a little stat for you for Claudio. 6 for 15, 40%. 8 for 15 in money. 2-year-olds first off the claim. Okay, with an ROI of 253. So yeah, interesting that they dropped this horse pretty quick after the debut. He reached in. Maybe you can get another race out of him. We shall see. But I like the speed that he showed to get position. Horses can beat big fields.
I feel like there is a bit of speed on his inside as well, so he can get that perfect sort of stalking trip that I'm looking for, especially he's on his 6-horse field, so it just seems like the perfect post position to be in this spot. You landed on the number 1 on the rail to complete your exact here for Andy Simoff. Michael Sanchez aboard, second after a breaks. Relatively speaking, tries to find an easier group that not win is a 2 lifetime allowance at Penn last time out.
Yeah, struggling a little bit in here. The debut caught my eye, but that was with Lasix. Break the pen, called a sloppy track. No run unhurried when caught 5 wide. So you've got, not a certainty, but what kind of put me over the top to use this horse in the exacted Naomi is that stat second off this kind of layoff. He's like 30%. And the speed that will be present in this race in a fast track. So there's some things to take. I think they're working back on his side today that works in his favor to make a run into this pace.
I agree. It seems like there's a good solid pace lined up in here that will help him come with the run. I use Crabs and Beer underneath as well, as we'll go for a commercial break, but stay with us. Welcome back to Laurel Park. We're on race number 5. Nickel Claimers here, 5.5 furlongs, sprinting on the dirt. Can it be Phantom Rose Day today? The number 3 in here. Look, we've seen him throughout campaigned on this circuit for a long time. Now you see him there. He wasn't actually on the lead, and I thought it was great to see that he was kind of fine with that he could take that stalking position without overdoing it. And look, he made himself quite known that day. It looked like he had it in the back. Couldn't hold off later Confusion Baby Boy, who comes closing down the center of the lane. But this was a very strong kind of reverse back to form that we were looking for from him.
Absolutely. We were looking for this, and I thought he was gone here. We used him that day, and Confusion Baby Boy sustained, was wide and just kept on grinding. But the Phantom Rose showed a little bit of the old Phantom Rose. Is it going to get back to those higher 80 numbers? No, it doesn't look like it. But there's a little chilly. My man Joe Gass, who I like kind of talking some racing with. He's a good gambler, good bettor. And he says Phantom Rose looks like he maybe likes the chillier weather. He runs a little better. And you'll see horses like that sometimes. Some run better in hotter weather. Some run better in chillier weather. I don't know, Joe. Let's just hope Phantom Rose runs well again today. He's going to have to improve a little bit. I think I like that rating that he showed last time because I think some horses are going to be aggressive from the front. So sitting off of that, shortening up at 5.5, he hasn't won at this distance. A horse like Pascal Chant has. He's done well. So you might get a little bit better price, though, with Phantom Rose.
Yeah, and Pascal Chant is very, very fast early. Big drop back again, though, from that allowance level back to the Nickel Claimer, back to the dirt as well after that turf try. I think that he's going to look to either sit handily or even take over if he thinks that they aren't going fast enough. But look, Dale Capuano is doing very well. Do wonder, he stepped him up to that allowance level company. He did well in that company. Why the move back to this level again?
Yeah, I mean, he got a little softer spot at Delaware off the turf. And sometimes the trainers, they'll target races like that. They can kind of get away with it, watch the weather. This is kind of about where he fits. He's about a 5 to 7,500 horse when you really kind of see. He's got to break good. I mean, like I say, there's speed in here with Big Hambone, Noble Endeavor, a couple of these other horses want to kind of force that issue. The horse from the inside, like Pascal Chant, Phantom Rose, they've got to get position without trouble in that opening quarter mile. It's going to be critical in here. But Pascal Chant, he can fight it out on the front end, too, if he wants to go and get into the teeth of this pace.
Yeah, how about Championship Alley on the outside as well, coming perhaps with a good move as he's sort of gradually starting to get back up in terms of his form. Race number 6, maiden 25 to 20,000, 5.5 furlongs the distance here for juveniles. And, of course, we do have a late pick 4 ticket in here. Tim Tulloch plays the sequence with us today. 6, 8, and 13 to get you going in here. She's running happy for Dale Bennett. I kind of like a little price play in there. Hasn't shown that much on debut just yet. He's trying to take on the heavy favorite, probably Mama's G Wish, as well as, of course, first time starter for Brittany Russell in there. The number is number 7, race 7, 4, 8, and 9 for him in here. 2 other than. That is a tough heat. Race number 8, he goes 3 deep again as well, using the 3, 2, and the 11 when we're on the turf for that first level allows. And then in race number 9, he goes 2 deep in here, using the 3 Call You Right Back and the number 4 first time starter for Ricky Silliman to close things off here with that maiden claimer. $27 late pick 4. But if we get any of some of the prices that we've seen throughout the week now, I think $27 is a pretty good investment to make if you can double, triple, or even further your money than that.
Yeah, we've been able to do it here on this show. All you guys, I mean, you've been able to put up tickets that are reasonable, that hit for some good prices. We're not going to hit all of them, but we hit the ones that can carry you for a while. That's key. That's that bang for your buck, and you're getting that with these tickets, and hopefully you're playing along.
Absolutely. Let's talk about the number 8, Mama G's Wish. Do you have a video of her last race for the Jerry Robb barn?
Yeah.
She was making up ground on the outside with sort of a strong move on the turn to inch closer to the leader. That was Kimi Chardonnay in front there. She takes over, breaks away, but then you have Red, White, and Tacos getting up in the final stride here. I guess I spoiled the ending here, but she looked good doing this.
Yeah, she did, and they were flying early in here, 22, 45, and 4, blistering fractions. Makes the move just a little wander late, not really giving up, trying hard. Red, White, and Tacos had a little bit of trouble early, too, from off the pace behind a couple of horses, and that might have helped the chances of her that day. And she was able to kind of get out in the clear and just steadily grind it out and just get up at Mama's Cheese Wish. A better effort back. We talked about her kind of with those races with Lasix, ran well at Delaware, and then she kind of, didn't really run great 2 races back. Much better last time, got things figured out. She is clearly, of the horses that have run, the horse to beat.
Yeah, I have a little bit of perhaps, or you'd say a price bet, a bit of a longer shot in here. Nobody's secret for trainer Claudio Gonzalez. Claimed out of that last race on the 28th of October. Work in between, kind of that typical Claudio turnaround move. High stats for first off the claim. But what I do remember on that day, the 28th of October, she kind of nearly fell on her knees at the start. It says off slow. Well, very much so. She was kind of completely taken out of that heat. 5.5 furlongs. There's no way you're going to make up ground after that. So I'm giving her a better shot in here as well with those good stats for a strong bomb. But you landed on the number 1, Derby Julep, to complete your exacta. First time at this level in her last race. She was part of a strong early pace duo for which she kind of paid late.
It just needs to get away cleanly. It was used early. You see the comment, used inside and then a bid 3 deep at angle and challenged. The first 10 strides, critical for Derby Julep. Turning back, she's got the bottom for her off of the 7/8. I think she can make a run in. Going back to your long shot, it was a tough horse to line. Nobody's secret. I got burned the other day with a Claudio horse 15-1. I took abuse for it, but the horse was 8-1 in debut, never ran, and somehow the horse took a lot of play. Anyhow, this is a similar horse. Took play last time out. Has to improve. I mean, if you're just kind of looking at numbers and everything, yes, has to improve 15, 20 points, maybe, but it's Claudio. Still against his field, I think is going to get lost and get away at an okay price, so that gives you a little hope there. Yep.
Especially with market of stocks at first-time starter for Brittany Russell. They always take money. She does well with these firsts. Wasn't completely taken by the pedigree. None of the siblings have won on debut, but when prepared by a stable that's doing as well as the Russells at present, you have to use them here because they just keep hitting. And you look at these work tabs, very professional, very much got the bottom in underneath it. Then race number 7, 2 other than optional claimer here, 1 mile the distance around that one turn here. And we'll start with your top selection on the number 8 in here, which is American Rule. Comes in here with back-to-back victories for trainer Jeremiah Engelhardt. Ships back down from New York. Well, he's running at Finger Lakes last, but we know the Engelhardt stable does very strongly when they move these horses over to this circuit.
That's the key. I went back. This is they claimed this horse off of barns that were like 0%, 3% and stuff like that. You go back. He's got numbers. That was a paid workout last time against a really soft group. Confidence should be okay. I like the move for the owner. They're trying to hit a home run here. If they can come back and win, claim this horse for 20 and lose this horse for 35 with a win, that's key. Got to improve, you would think, a little bit on the barn change. Going back to those races, there's speed, plenty of speed to set things up. I think this horse stalks and pounces along with the poser. Like the poser, you got to use the poser for Hammy Smith. Loves the mile distance and really ran well against the grain of the racetrack on Maryland Million Day.
Yeah, I think we have a video of that as well. Was 3 wide into the turn. Does continue to really fight down the stretch here, as we can see here. I also think he's just a touch better here at Laurel. I remember speaking with trainer Hamilton Smith, and he'd just been running at Timonium before that. He's a big lumbering kind of horse. Long stride on, takes a while to get going. And you can see it here. He doesn't relent, but he isn't sort of, fast at the end. He's not that kind of quick burst of speed. He needs the time to grind it out.
And he's done that kind of his last 2 races. His best work usually was done up towards the front, but showing this little different dimension for him and the effort that he gives all the time, I like that. Will he come back and run an 85? I'm not sure. That's a key for me. But I've always been a fan of the poser. This horse he's going to work in here. Got the 5 in there as well. Union General George. It's a 3-year-old to me that's just getting better. better and better. And that wasn't a bad two other than field. That was an okay field at Penn. I looked up a couple of those horses. They key back to races here at Laurel, and they ran credibly. So just an improving type here with the 5.
Yeah, I take a bit of a shot here with the 4 money ride, 10-1 morning line. Enjoys going long, so now stretches back out. Claudio Gonzalez knows him well. When he was in the Gonzalez bomb before, he posted one of his top figures. I think he can do well stretching back out. Claudio knows him. We know what the barn can do when they kind of get their routine going with him as well. It's a little bit of a shot, and of course the weight being taken off by Gene Avello as well. Race number 8 is first level allowance here for the ladies. 1 mile on the beautiful lawn here. And look, we're kind of spread out in this. Keith, you landed on the number 2, Belle Belisa, for trainer Michael Dickinson. She's been away for a little bit. Fergal Lynch takes the ride here. But look, if you look at her debut race, very impressive, closing into a bit of a subpar pace. Steps it up in the Virginia Oaks, perhaps just, a little bit outclassed there, but did show early contention. So it was interesting to see that they opted to move forward with her instead of allowing her to relax like she did on debut, which she did successfully.
I think you're going to see a debut kind of a run here. Will it be good enough to get up? I'm not so sure, but she doesn't want to be part of this pace flowing here. I don't think so. The race that she ran at Colonial debut was very good. She beat a horse, Silky Warrior, came back to break the maiden at Keeneland and ran, I think, 3rd in a pretty stout starter race down there. There's loads of horses in here that want to be forward. I know Speed played pretty well on this turf. I think this race sets up for a horse from mid-pack. I think Belle Belisa. I think possibly Awesome Jazz, who might even be a little bit further back, who ran well after early adversity. I think the jock did a great job and brought a finish. But I'm looking for a horse from somewhere from mid-pack.
This is an absolutely wide open field. You can see it from our selections. You can go so many different ways. I mean, I had to use the number 3 in my exactas, all for trainer Brittany Russell. Mike Candigo, strong return to form in her last race after a bad start the time before. She just kicked clear. She was driving. She looked good. Look, it's going to be tough in here, but I think she has that tactical ability like you were talking about. She's not going to be part of the early leaders because she doesn't need to be, but she does come with a strong late run.
Yeah, she's going to make a move into it. She held well last time. They went a little soft early on a softer course. The 11, real quick, I know Tim used this horse, Good Measure. Motion, you're going to get a price, I would think, on this one. Coming back off of a layoff with this kind of runner hitting the turf for the first time, he's got a positive ROI. It's close to $6. No, he's only won 2 times, but he's 6 for 11 in the money with this kind of runner. She is a kin to full to Concealed Identity. He was a really good horse around here, turf or dirt, and Peach of a Gal, stakes plays.
Love that.
On the grass,
couple of
graded.
price
So there
plays
you go, a little price play.
Yeah, absolutely. I use Beckon on top. I think her best chance might be to try and control it from the front. She's very fast early. She's done so with success in the summer this year. Final race on the card, maiden claiming 25,000 to 20,000, 6.5 furlongs the distance here. And look, again, kind of spreading it out around here. I'll start with your top selection, number 9, Rammer, for trainer Donald Barr. Has not had the best of races just yet. Just a bit unlucky, stumbling out of the gate. Steadied in her first race, but I thought that first race was one of the key races. I think that's the one that you were looking for. She wasn't in for the tag that day. Now dropping to the lowest level she's ever ran in her entire career.
Exactly, and this is the right kind of move. You're not going to know which, what this career is going to be. She's had the layoff. I mean, he's had the layoff. Comes back into a spot where the debut run, close to it, puts him over the top against this group. I think there's going to be speed in here with a gray wing. Katie's Notion to be quick. This horse has the ability, I think, to make a move into it. Sneaky good meat here for Donnie Barr.
Yeah, and let's talk about the number 3, Call You Right Back. We have a video of his debut race where he was outrun early. That's what it looked like to me anyway. But he does start getting stronger late. Look, right there, Alex Crispin does start to get a little bit of horse. He comes back into the bridle form, kicks down the lane. And gains second in the process whilst running on, and all the others are starting to tire.
Laying in for 20. This was an encouraging debut. Settled inside, worked between horses. You see that at the quarter pole. And comes on and closes up quite well. That was a good field. Rocked the boat. Peterson's Courage. We know Peterson's Courage is a bit of a, cheater, but he's all right. All right. So's Rock the Boat, who ran credible and allows dirt and turf. Didn't switch over, stays on that left lead late. But I think this horse, with the jockey kind of staying on, is a little bit of a tell to me. I'll dismiss the race on the sloppy sealed surface and think this horse makes a run into it. 9-3-8-1.
I think he's going to do well in this spot. Let's talk about some of the points that we'd like to discuss in the lightning round.
Okay.
Plenty to discuss with that Stronach 5 paying out well again. As I highlighted, we had, yes, another week of strong returns for the Stronach 5 sequence. 6 tickets, 6 lucky ticket holders, astute handicapping there. $13,619 they walk away with this week.
Telling you. People, how many times do we have to tell you? I mean, this is the wager you want to be a part of, and you don't want to miss out. 99,000 a week before, another 13,000 with kind of a free square, it looks like there. So kind of a lot of these things you can maybe make it into a pick 4. You know, help reduce that ticket because it is a $1 base wager. But yeah, another phenomenal payout here for the Stronach 5.
Yeah, and a great initiative starting next week. That is the Best Turnout Awards starting on Thanksgiving Day. It's the Maryland Jockey Club in partnership with the Maryland Thoroughbred Horsemen's Association. For each race, $25 will be awarded to the groom of the best turned out horse. Starting on Thanksgiving Day, but on Thanksgiving Day, it's $100 per race for the groom in charge of that best turned out horse. So what a terrific initiative, right?
They deserve it. Every groom in there deserves it, to be honest with you. I mean, it is, you want to talk about the fabric of the game and people that keep it going and are there. The unsung heroes, there you go, the grooms. They definitely deserve anything they get. I mean, they got to take care of these people.
Agreed. I couldn't be more supportive of this new initiative. Our sister track, Gulfstream Park, has quite the betting opportunity for you today. The Rainbow Pick 6 will be mandatory paid out today, estimated over $3 million in the pool.
I didn't know that till I just saw that, so we're going to have to play a small ticket. There's another track that we've got to, dive in on, but yeah, there's a chance for that. We're going to play.
Yeah, as usual, the pools are quite sizable at Gulfstream Park. You have to be part of it to get a chance to walk away with a strong paying ticket there. Let's talk about some of the performances from yesterday. Dale Capuano rolling along with Just Wave and Smile in race number 6. Passes the class test.
Absolutely. This horse is just kind of getting better and better and better, getting along with Georgia Ruiz too as well. Wanted to maybe peek outside and move there to quarter pole, but decides to stay inside and really finishes well. Just kind of really gets ask until mid-stretch here with the left, and it's taken is going to go away from the field. Big effort. They've got this horse right now on the turf. I wonder if he'll have a little bit of a freshening and wait and bring him back. And he's been okay on the dirt, but this guy's been running well of late. We'll see what the next step is for Just Wave and Smile. But Dale is rolling right along.
He truly is. And another runner that's doing pretty well, Kingston Pike for trainer Maurice Ray Jr. Grant Whitaker. Back-to-back victories in race number 8, which was a legacy of the Stronach 5.
They were rolling along there. I mean, flying early in this race. And Kingston Pike and Grant Whitaker had to be licking their chops, right? Just things set up beautifully. A little loop and swoop move about 6 wide. Wins going away. That's the 9th win for Kingston Pike. 11 seconds and 11 thirds in his career out of 55 starts. He's been hickory. If you didn't see him yesterday, you'll see him back in about 7 days. I mean, Saray, he doesn't mind running those horses right back. And Kingston Pike looks like he doesn't mind running right back.
It looks like he takes his racing quite well.
He loves it. Yeah.
That will conclude the morning show for us. I'll be back this afternoon, joined by Tim Tulloch as well as Callie Francois. And of course, good luck to everyone playing Laurel Park and perhaps also having a small wager at Gulfstream Park for that Rainbow Pick 6 mandatory payout.
That's it. All right, guys. Good luck.